I mean, I love sports. Hockey's been one of my #1 priorities for a while, so it's going to be hard to go out this last month. I mean, knowing that it's coming to an end, but life goes on, I guess. You got to keep moving.
What it means to be a Crosby Comet? There's a lot of things. Grandpa and Dad definitely played. They're pretty good. They won some championships and stuff like that. So, just to be here and be playing for the same team they did just feels good,
Oh, I think it's special. It's a small town team, and the skill I feel is pretty different compared to a lot of the big cities. Obviously, there are better teams, but I really like this team. Something about the chemistry and the way everyone kind of plays together.
To me, to be a Crosby Comet, you have to have grit, integrity, you have to play hard, you have to be willing to sacrifice and put stuff aside and be friends on the ice even if you aren't off the ice. You have to be willing to push hard, and you have to win games.
It means everything. I grew up watching my older siblings play and watching them kind of build relationships with their friends, and I don't know, it's just something I've always wanted to do.
We have a lot of good coaches in Crosby, but I'd say Mitch Swangstu.
Probably Mitch.
Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Maybe Mitch Swangstu.
Mitch Swangstu.
Might be a little biased, but the most memorable coach I've had is my dad, because he's taught me a lot about hockey in the game.
He's a really talented hockey player, and he knows how to specify what drills to do to fit the team best and what to work on. And he listens to the players and he pushes them, but he doesn't push them to the point of breaking.
He's a great hockey player. He always tells you what you're doing wrong and how to fix it, and he's fairly nice about it too. Very patient. Is there for you if you have any questions. Need anything like that, and he wants you to succeed and be better.
He's just amazing coach. He tells you what to do, you get it done, and he just congratulates you, just very, very good coach.
Taught me a lot about hockey, and that's where I feel like I got majority of my hockey sense.
Because he just tells us to work hard. He tells us since I had him since scores and Pee-wees and stuff. I think Pee-wees was my favorite year because all he did was just tell us to do our best, and yeah, I think that impacted me to just start hustling and doing more stuff.
He's just been around us because I've been playing with Ole and Gust, so. But even in Squirts, he coached us, and then Pee-wees and Bantam, so he's been one of my main coaches, and honestly think he's taught me the most about hockey and just what it takes to win.
He was my coach for at least 5 years. He taught our group everything, whether it's how to do a crossover, to skating backwards, to three-man weave. He had pushed our group hard. He even brought us up to a B1 league when we were Pee-wees, and we didn't win a whole lot of games, but that year we took a huge leap, and I think he's one of the biggest reasons why we win how many games we're winning right now.
I think one of the biggest things I've learned from playing hockey would be always work hard. Don't take the easy way out, because if you take the easy way out, you're going to get scored on, or in life, I guess, screwed up or something like that. I don't know.
I think hockey's taught me that there's more than one person on each team. You have to play as a team or work as a team to get majority of your work done during the day.
That taught me to be disciplined and take criticism and don't flip your anger onto someone else. You can take constructive criticism.
Communication, I think, is a lot what applied to me, because just communicating with new people and getting along, because it helps you in the workplace and school and everything else. So communicating with your teammate and just meeting new people.
I've learned through hockey that you're only as good as your word and how much work you put into yourself and your teammates. If you're not out there helping people get better or staying true to yourself, then there's not much point even to play, because the whole point is to get better, improve, win games, and help your teammates along the way.
I've just learned to, work hard every chance I get, go out there and just do your best, really, and then I just apply that to life, just to work, just go out there, do it the best you can, do a good job at it.
I don't know if it's so much what I've learned of just the relationships I've built with people that are going to be with me for hopefully my whole lifetime. I mean, lifelong friends that I've played with for 14 years now, and I mean, just some leadership skills, I guess, in the locker rooms, something I can take with me.
Oh, teamwork, you need teamwork on the ice for sure, and it's just taught me to use all the resources I can on and off the ice, especially with school.
It's definitely taught me how to cooperate with others and how to communicate, make sure everyone's on the same page as you.
I'm an assistant captain for the Comets. Well, it starts in the locker room. I mean, especially with a bunch of first years coming up this year. I mean, I don't want to say they didn't have success, but I mean, when their Bantam career, they didn't have much success, and I don't know, we kind of set the bar high these last couple of years, so just kind of getting them up to that level, and I mean, the mentality, what it takes to win on and off the ice in the classroom.
Well, I'm going to start off with our assistant as goalie, Easton Eriksson. He's been helping me out ever since I started playing goalie. He gave me a lot of tips and everything, and even coming to junior goal, I came up to him and I was like, hey, I'm nervous. What do I do? This is my first game. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna get rocked. I'm not gonna know what to do. He's like, just play the game with your heart and just play it out. And you got Chris. He's gave me a lot of tips on the ice, and he's taught me always how to work hard, and don't give up. Then Ole, he's basically done the same exact thing. He's got me the energy to get back into the game. I'm down. He's like, hey, get back in there. You're fine. You make one mistake, you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen.
I probably say Ole or Chris, because every time I practice, they tell us what we need to work on and stuff, and they're just good guys on and off the ice. Sometimes they yell at us because we're doing the wrong thing, but that's how we get better.
They make you want to play to your best. They make you want to play your full potential.
They have no bad energy, so that helps a lot. With the younger kids, especially, we don't know what we're doing a lot of times. So
the leadership's amazing. We got our captain Ole. Obviously, he's a very vocal guy. Likes to tell you what you're doing wrong, and that's good in some cases. He really definitely steps up and helps us be better, whether it's in practice or in the middle of a game. And then Chris, he's a really good leader too. He's never afraid to tell you what you're doing wrong and how you can do it better. So we definitely got some really strong leaders, and they definitely help us become better at hockey. So
When we try and focus up before the game, some days we'll listen to music and some days we won't. But usually we just sit around and think about what we're going to do before the game and just lock in.
It just depends on the day, kind of either who I'm with too. Sometimes it's just like funny things, or what's going on in the locker room can also depend on it. Funny things usually, or like if we play a big game, I'm always trying to be serious.
I mean, I'm usually nervous when I'm sitting in the hallway waiting to go out, but kind of once I get on the ice and kind of hear all the fans, and I feel like I'm right in my element, especially once that puck drops. It's kind of just go time.
Oh, the Friday night lights, they're amazing. Seeing all those kids in the student section, banging on the glass, whatever, you make a big hit and they're all going crazy. Just seeing everybody up in the stands cheering, and just feels good. Feels like we got a lot of people supporting us, behind us, and they want to see us succeed and play hockey. So
You always know it's going to be a good game when the stands are packed, and atmosphere is always awesome too.
Definitely feels good because you got a lot of eyes watching. It's exciting.
Every time you get a goal or maybe even a good hit, stand just goes wild and you hear everyone cheering for it.
Like when we played the state championship last year, it's an adrenaline rush.
I feel like the more fans there is, it's a lot more exciting. It's just like thrilling, I guess. Just knowing that there's a lot of people watching me play.
Just love playing it here. It's nice hockey, nice small town. Everyone knows each other, and everyone has your back no matter what.
It just shows that the community really cares about the youth and just hockey in general.
Scoring the game-winning goal is probably one of the best feelings that anyone could ever have in hockey, I think. I don't know, it's just a lot of emotions out all at once. It's a good feeling though. And I don't know if I could say the words that are said beyond the teammates. Just a lot of swear words probably, and boys, let's go boys, stuff like that.
This actually happened recently. I'd scored against Langdon with just over a minute left. We were down 3-2, and I'd got a pass from Jackson and skated it up, and I sniped the goalie top shelf, and it felt amazing, especially when I had all my teammates rushing over to me to come congratulate me in the corner, and then skating by our line to give knucks as we go through, and then just for us to have that ability to go to overtime, it felt amazing, and just to hear the place go up and erupt, it was a great feeling, and I think that has a huge part to do with what keeps us going sometimes.
A win is a win in my book. It's nice to get an added cherry on top with a shutout in a big game, but I mean, everybody plays a part. I just try to do my job to help us go out there and win a game. Some goals I set at the beginning of the year. Obviously, try to be an all-state goalie again, first team. I don't know, win a state championship, go back-to-back, kind of go out on a win, but just have fun, honestly. I mean, I've got 1 year left, so might as well make the most of it. I don't really know what the future holds yet, so.
My main goal all year round is just try your hardest and don't give up.
I just want to do better than I did in the last game, or do better than I did the day before.
Get better at skating, or work on a few things that I've made a mistake in the year before that.
Just say to myself, work hard and just get better every day. So then that really just, everything else will come along with it, so.
This year, one of my personal goals was to make it to All-States, and especially if I made it last year, I really wanted to go again this year. It was kind of a long-term goal. I guess a short-term goal was just try and just play my hardest every game and do the best I can, because it'll spread throughout the team, and the teammates will see that and maybe try as hard as they can too.
My main goal for the start of the year is just win the state championship and maybe find myself on top of the points lead or something.
I wanted to just make sure that everyone around is having the most fun that they can, and I want to try to make sure that when we're done, and we don't have hockey anymore, that we left a print in the hockey program here in Crosby.
The one main goal that our team has set is just for everyone just to give it their all, and don't give up. There's been a couple games where we still do that though, but Cody always says just don't give up and keep on going.
They do set the bar really high. They started trying really hard to really step up from last year. And I mean, they don't take a break for 1 second, and then it's just a big jump up. But they bring you in right away. It's like they don't even skip a beat.
No, coming into a winning team, there's definitely the bar is set high, and the kids push you, that's for sure. They just want to win, like everyone.
It's not fun to lose. I don't like to lose, but I think just because of the people in the locker room, the character, the goal, Easton, keeping us in the games, trying to keep us mentally prepared and for what's going on, I think that it has to do with we know that we could beat them, so we're just going to beat them next time we play them.
My favorite memory of ever playing hockey would be last year winning state, or just playing the game in general. It was very memorable just because it was at home. A lot of people were here, family, friends, and obviously teammates. It was a good game, fun, and we won too, so it makes it even more memorable.
The rink was pretty packed, and it was pretty nice to win it on home ice. I think that was probably one of the best games I've played in my whole career.
I don't think Crosby's ever won on their home ice, any championship included. I mean, we've had a good year. We went 17-0.
Just the whole season leading up to the state championship, it was just an all-around good team. And it was more than just a state championship. It was just a really good season.
Last year at state, we were going in undefeated. We were on this high horse, and everyone was looking to knock us out of the state championship running. And every single game we played here, we had a huge crowd for Crosby, and every time we scored, the rink just went nuts for us, and they made sure to make us feel like they were there watching us, and it felt like they were on the ice with us with how loud the rink got. And when we were playing in the championship, you could just feel it after we scored that first goal in the second period. The crowd gets all loud and the horn goes, and it just felt like we were part of something bigger that was going on.
It was just pure joy when that final buzzer went off. It was really, really exciting, I guess.
That felt pretty good because there was really, really a big crowd.
It felt great knowing there was a team that really couldn't beat us that year, and knowing we were #1, it was exhilarating.
As a team, I think we've made the most impact by winning that state championship. All those younger kids look up to us, so we kind of just got to set an example, lead by example, and just, if we work hard, then all those littler kids that are peewees, mites, and squirts will just watch our games, and be like, wow, those kids work hard and might as well work hard too.
I'm involved with the Little Buddy program with Talon, so I've been helping him out a little bit and kind of trying to leave the place better than I found it.
My impact probably hasn't been as big as I want it to, but I think I've left a mark on a couple kids, and that's really what matters. You can just tell as we're going on the ice or coming off the ice, all the little kids in the rink are looking up to us, and they see the winning culture and they want that when they're older. So I feel like our group will have a big impact on this rink for a couple years to come.
What hockey's meant to me is probably more than a game. It's taught me a lot of life lessons, something I'm truly passionate about, so it takes up majority of my time.
Hockey means honestly the world to me. I like just spending time at the rink. Even if I'm not playing, I like watching games, and I also like just skating too. There's a lot of things in hockey that you can be creative with, and I like that.
Hockey has meant whether it's freeing my head, because every time I step on that ice, my mind goes blank and it's just hockey. No other worries going on. Or whether it is all the friends and traveling we do, or at the hotel when we're all talking and reminiscing on all the memories we've made in hockey and all the stories we have and all the trips we've done and walking around towns and talking to the other teams on the ice. I say hockey's been a huge part of my life, and it will always have a special part in my heart.
It feels like everything's just coming to an end very fast. The year's ending and it just sucks.
So what will you miss most about this team?
My friends and the teammates. I mean, I think everybody's gotten a lot closer since the Ole accident and all that, but definitely the teammates and the time we spend before games or on road trips and stuff like that.
Playing at the rink. I've never had to play at the old rink, but I know it was kind of not the best. But this rink is really awesome, and we were one of the first groups to ever play on it. This team is an amazing group of guys too, and there's never a dull moment, especially with away games. It's always fun screwing around in the hotel room or even joking with our coach, especially Landon. It's been a very fun year with Landon.
The thing I'll probably miss most is just coming in the locker room and everyone's just joking around before practice, and it's not too serious until we go out for practice and then just lock in.
I would say the thing I'd miss the most is going to Easton's house and playing mini hockey every day after practice and watching the Bruins play.
I think I'm going to miss all the people around me because I've been playing with almost all of them since I was 4 or 5 years old, and they've been a huge part of my life. We've grown up together. I'm going to miss coming out and playing in front of all of our Crosby fans that come to all the games and make sure to support us and be there and keep the rink going. I'm going to miss having all those rink burgers after a game. It just won't be the same.
Definitely all the teammates. They're all different from each other. They all have their own little quirks and personalities. Everyone in there is just a special person, to put it one way. Yeah, it's been fun playing with them the past couple of years. I wouldn't change it for anything.
My advice for younger teammates coming up is always try your hardest and put 100% out on the ice, because you don't ever want to go back to the locker room thinking that you should have done better or wish you would have done better.
Work hard, because you're not going to just get better being lazy, so it all comes with hard work.
My advice to my younger teammates would have to be just to have fun. Having fun is the most important part of hockey. After having fun, there's really nothing else to it. If you're having fun, you're going to be winning games, you're going to be working as a team, you're going to be doing things that make it more worth it for everyone to go watch. You're going to make sure that everyone's wanting to go to your games, and having fun is just what keeps me going.
Don't take it for granted. I mean, I remember 8th grade and 9th grade year when I was playing junior gold, we were getting wiped out every game, and it seems like yesterday, but that's 4 years ago already. So just don't take it for granted. Take advantage of every day you have.
I'd like to thank Cody Overland for coaching this year and coaching me all throughout my junior gold history. He's been a really good coach, and practices have always been fun, and games too. He's a really fun coach to play with.
I really appreciate him giving me a chance first year in junior gold, like playing quite a bit. I've always liked him as a coach. He has a lot of hockey sense and knows how to set up a team.
He's really good with us. He's very communicative, and he cooperates with us as well.
I appreciate Cody, and he teaches us how, and he teaches about camaraderie and wants us to do it, so I appreciate him.
He's pushed me through my 3 years of junior gold. He's made sure that I'm there and that I'm pushing myself constantly to get better. He's trying to make it so that I can be a leader on and off the ice. I appreciate that Cody's always there for us, and he's willing to go the extra step to make sure we can get better, whether it be scheduling an extra game here or there, or making sure we go later at practice just to keep working on stuff we need to iron out. And to have Cody 2 years of junior gold so far, been to the state championship with him twice, I'd like to thank him for that as well, because he has a huge part to do with that.
I guess we kind of treat Landon as just another kid. We always like to pick on Landon. It's literally about anything too. It does not matter. He's just one of the boys, I guess, or just picking on him, making fun of him. But he'll give it back to you. You don't have to worry about that. I'd also like to thank Bridget for getting everything planned, being the good team mom. and keeping control of Chetty. He's a wild one.
Bridget has been a absolute great hockey mom, getting us into the study groups and getting our work done, keeping our grades up, just making sure we can play every week, which is nice, and big thank you to her.
She has kind of been a second mom, I think, to all the players, and she tries to make sure to always be there if we need help, and she always finds a way to have a smile on her face or make sure she's not letting us see if she's sad or anything. And I think Bridget's just been one of the best things to happen to our team.
One thing with Bridget, because she tells us to do our best and try. And
she's very supportive, honestly. She's got to be one of my favorite hockey moms so far this year. So far, I've had many good hockey moms. It's just I think so far she's the most, supportive, and she's been helping us with grades and everything and all that. It's very nice. Because last year we never had a study group, and this year we actually do, in order to keep the whole team in the game,
Bridget's like my second mom, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm best friends with Chris and Anthony, so we've gone on a lot of car trips together or road trips to games, and she's taken me to Minneapolis to go watch college or NHL games. So yeah, she's my second mom. I mean, she means everything.
My mother, Bridget, has done a lot for the team. I mean, she gets us hotel rooms and stuff like that. I mean, she gets me from point A to point B and getting up in the morning. I mean, she cooks for me. That's about it.
I have to thank Tammy and Mark for everything they've done for me so far. They've been huge role models to me, and they make sure that I'm always where I need to be. My parents, they've been to as many games as they can. It's been kind of tough having to go 4 different ways, but every chance they've got to be at one of my games, they've been there. And they've always been taking other kids with us or making sure that everyone's included and making sure that I'm always healthy and at the top of my game and trying to push me to be a better myself, make sure that we're always getting going in the morning on time. I think I just have to thank them for everything I have in hockey.
I would like to thank Mitch and Heather Swangstu for bringing me to all my games. Dad for sharpening my skates all the time. And thanks Mom and Dad.
I'd like to thank my mom, Steph, and my dad, Omar, and then my stepmom, Darcy, too. And then my sisters, Ava and Olivia. Their support means the world. I'd also like to thank my grandpa and grandma, Tim and Lori, for going to almost every game they can. And my parents, Omar and Steph, have always been to every game they can. And same with the girls, Ava and Olivia.
I better thank my mom, dad, Lee and Brent. They drive me around, put up with all my crap, and I just can't thank them enough for toting me around all these years. And so, yeah.
I thank my parents for all the trips and stuff that we've gone on that have been pretty fun, and we all will make everything work, and we drive hours to play, and that's a lot of dedication just to do that. So I thank them for that. My parents are Vicky and Donald Cochran.
I would love to thank my mom, Tammy Knudsen, and my dad, Mark. They both been so supportive of my hockey career, and even when I didn't really want to play hockey when I was younger, and I refused to go, they're like, "No, you should do this. It's good for you." And so now I appreciate it very much, and I love hockey because of them. And I wouldn't be here without them. So, and all the gas mileage and that stuff, that's kind of important too. So thanks, Mom and Dad.
My mother, Lisa Bosingham, is probably one of the greatest parents, I'd probably have to say, because you can always hear from the box. She's out there, she's yelling, she's giving you some motivation about just on the ice and all that, and it's just great to have her out there.
So I want to thank my mom, Becky, and my dad, Brian, for putting me in hockey, because, I don't know, I just love the sport, so.
What has their support meant to you over the years?
I mean, everything. They've driven thousands of miles over the last 14 years to get me where I need to be, spent thousands of dollars on equipment, especially since I'm a goalie. So, I mean, it's everything. I mean, we put our sweat and tears into the game, and so do they, especially my mom, who's up in the stands biting her fingernails every time a puck comes into the zone. So
they support just by like putting in time. I mean, they don't have to do it, and they choose to do it, and it helps them in a lot of ways. So Mitch wants to, and Heather wants to.
I'm thankful for my mom for letting me do like 5 years of summer hockey. I know that wasn't easy with money, and that definitely made the player that I am today, was doing traveling hockey. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Them having me waste all their money, hotels, and driving me around, using all their time on me is definitely a special gift. I'm very thankful for them doing all that for me. Thank you, Jerry and Patrick. Should I just say Mom and Dad? Thank you, Mom and Dad. It means a lot.
My grandparents, they take me like everywhere. Like even like going to Fargo, it's like 6 hours. They drive me there and stuff, so it's nice. My grandparents' names are Michelle Quit and Danny Quit.
My parents, they gave me a lot of support. I think it was when I was playing goalie as a first-year bantam. I had like, everyone was just doubting me. They're like, "You're not good. You should just quit." And then all of a sudden, another goalie came into play. I'm like, "Okay, I have no spot in this team, so I'm gonna quit." And then my mom, she's like, "Well, you can't just quit now. Like, I keep on trying at least. You know, it's midway through the season, and you just can't quit now." And ever since then, I've just never wanted to quit the sport. You know, I just forgot how much I love the sport. I was starting to lose interest in the sport at the time, and I just slowly gained it back because my teammates finally started cheering me on and everything, like, "Oh, you did good." So, yeah.
I would like to thank the team and how they've helped raise the first years and all, like the seniors and the juniors. They've done a good job at trying their best to make the sophomores better and not just make us feel bad about ourselves, because that is a big jump from bantams to junior gold. So that's one thing I really appreciate about them.
We'd like to thank Landon for bringing mascot into this world.
I just want to say thank you to Coach Cody and Coach Landon for stepping in this year. Thanks for putting up with us, especially me and Chris. We've been here for 5 years, I think. So just thanks for putting up with us and all the crap we give you guys all day. We just want to thank all the parents that have driven thousands of miles over how many years we've all played. Who've paid the outrageous amount of money for all of our equipment, especially with these two and their sticks. Yeah, we just want to say thank you for everything.
Thank you, parents and coaches, for all the great years. I'm Thane Costin. I've been playing for, oh wait, I messed it up already.
I'm Easton Eriksmoen, number 33. What was the other one?
I'm Thane Costin. I wear number 4. I've been playing for.
Really looking bad.
Well, I don't really care what the looks are on it.
I do.
Chris
That looks better.
Chris does not care what the looks are.
Okay.
Juniors and
Oh. Okay.
We gotta restart. There's a lot. Why am I so bad at this? All right. I gotta restart.
It's such a hard one.
Answer it the best you can.
Like, what did other people say?
Yeah, just go to the next question.
Okay.
I don't like that one.
Did you ask everyone this question?
She cooks for me. That's about it. She's kind of useless other than that, but yeah, you better put that in there.
I'd like to thank my mom, Steph, Frank. I almost said Costin.
Am I done?
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
You're done.
Interviews.
It's terrible, but oof.
I just want to say thank you to all the parents that.
Mid.
Going on.
How's the Piston Cup look?
Easton, you're not supposed to move.
Well, I can.
Easton, get in line.
This thing needs to be cleaned. It's rusty.
Why don't you polish it then?
Mascot is probably one of the best mascots we've had this whole. Never mind. Edit that one out. But keep mascot in there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. What did you say?
We love
Ready
you.
yet? Okay, ready?
Wait, what am I
Thank
saying?
you, parents and coaches.
No.